What's something about yourself that sounds like a complete lie but is 100% true?
Alright, check this out. So, technically, I never learned English, right? So, let me explain. So, in Romania, after the fall of communism, we had like a whole wave of American stuff, right? And whenever my mom was at work, my grandparents put me in front of the TV, right? In front of American cartoons in English. Well, fast forward 4 years later, I had no clue I knew English, right? I just understood it, right? Just blindly. Well, we had a mission from Texas in my city, and we're sitting there, my mom's talking to the lady, and the lady's like, "Oh, does your son know English?" And she's like, "Oh, no, he doesn't." Shit you not. I stare at both of them, and I'm like, "Oh, so this is English?" And they both look down at me, and they're like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And for the whole time, until I was like 4 or 5, I never knew I knew English.
I almost kissed Jared Leto, and I didn't. Let me explain my awkwardness. I'm gonna tag his ass because he needs to hear this shit too. So, I worked at a mall. He was walking through the mall. I saw his ass, so I jumped out of the store I was at, and I screamed, "Jared!" He turned around. I'm screaming inside. I asked what he was doing. He was just trying to find a ride back to the hotel. Guess who has a car? He agreed to let me drive him back to his hotel. I'm still on the clock. I said, fuck y'all. I'm taking Jared Leto downtown. So here we are, driving my old-ass car. And so I turn to him and I say, so what if I were to, kidnap you right this second? I'm a grown man. You should be scared of me kidnapping you. For part 2. If I go viral for this, you all will never see me again. No. Yes, people, this really did happen. I screened for him at the mall. Here we are at the mall. I was working. I look like crap. Oh. And this is later on day 2. I'm a little bit more presentable. Got my extensions in. I'm driving him to the hotel after, just leaving work on the clock. Didn't give a fuck. I go to drop him off. He's leaning in. In my head, I'm screaming, oh shit, he wants a freaking kiss. So I lean in, and I immediately look down and grab a pencil. Let me just give you my contact information. We're really close, face to face. So I give him my contact information, he gives me his. We're supposed to be hanging out later that night. But I made just the leaving of the car so awkward. I was just like, bye. He's still sitting there in shock, like she didn't want to kiss me. Part 3. My God, you guys are brutal. So we had exchanged information. I just left the hotel. I'm going back to work. I'm freaking out. I called my dad. He was like the first person I called. I'm going on and on about how we're supposed to hang out tonight. I totally got stood up. But he does email me later that night. They were no longer out, and I think they were back just chilling at their hotel. And no, this was not an email like, hey, what are you doing? Come over with us. No. It was essentially an apology email. He was giving me VIP tickets for me and a friend, but I didn't want to tell him I'm already on the VIP list because my friend's band was playing. So now we're at the day of the concert. I am backstage. I'm hanging out with my friends. I'm hanging out with all the other bands. Jared and Shannon, 30 Seconds to Mars, are kind of hanging out in a different bench, kind of far away from everyone else. So he didn't really approach me again until after the performance and all that fun stuff. So me and my friend are just kind of hanging out. Dang, part 4. Part 4. This is the part that I don't want to share. Me and my friend are waiting after the concert and, just so we can follow up with him and talk to him again. He does. He walks over to us and he invites us to come onto the tour bus because that's where Shannon was talking to a group of young kids about possibly becoming, I guess, musicians themselves. And he brought me and my friend to the back of the bus. Jared, I'm outing you right now, dude. Can you please tell me what was going through your head if you see this? So he's out there at the front with Shannon talking to the kids. And me and my friend are trying on all the clothes that he had on during the performance. So we're just sitting there basically having a dress-up party. It's all fun and games. He comes back in and he's talking to us. And then my friend gets into some weird shit. I don't know what she's talking about. But it changes the entire mood of the evening. Oh my God, I only had time for part 5. Part 5 and we are done. So me and my friend are at the back of the bus and unfortunately, she did drugs, and I think he sensed that, and the conversation it went into a weird place. He's talking about Illuminati stuff. He's getting uncomfortable. And then the mood straight up changes. This is where I want to know what was going on in his head. Because here we are. I'm so excited that I'm hanging out with him. This was like my favorite band back in the day. It's like a decade ago. Even my friend who was like messed up, she gets uncomfortable. So Jared just hovers over me like this. This is in my face. Sorry for the crotch shot. Like, I get it. Celebrities just expect some things. Not all of them. Some do. But that was such a disappointing moment.
So I'm a beatboxer, and still there are some people that thinks that the sound I make are edited or fake. So here are some of the sounds. Whoa, 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 whoa. Or the all-time favorite. Or this. Or the
I have severe anxiety that all of it stems from something called emetophobia. It is a clinically diagnosed phobia that I have. And if you know what emetophobia is, you probably have it, because there's no other reason you would know what it is. It's the fear of throwing up or other people throwing up, anything to do with throw up. It is a serious fear. And when I tell people I have it, they're like, well, no one likes throwing up. I hate throwing up. I haven't thrown up in almost 10 years because I will not let myself. I once had the stomach flu in high school and I did not let myself throw up. And I had the fucking stomach flu. It literally affects my everyday life, all of the decisions I make with food. And if I feel nauseous, I have a severe panic attack. If somebody else feels nauseous, I have to leave. And it is literally the root of all of my anxiety. Isn't that fucking dumb?
There's a picture of me in thousands and thousands of black homes across this country. I'm not even capping. When y'all boys was growing up wearing them do-rags, yeah, that's my face. Y'all thought it was a game? I was a whole model out here. I was like 7 years old. Stop playing with me. And the girls wasn't safe neither. Cause look, y'all wasn't safe. It's a lot of y'all that grew up knowing my face. Don't even try to deny it. Y'all knew what this was. How much money did I get paid for this? I don't know. It wasn't a terrible amount. I was keeping y'all hair safe at night. I was always a real one.
My tits caused a political scandal in Uganda.
As a depressed 15-year-old boy, I started working at a tech repair company for about 5 years until the owner got sick of it and walked away, and I didn't want to get a real job because this is really lazy and easy, so I just made my own company in the same exact spot. And then I started making TikTok videos about it, and then people started following me, and now I have 4 million followers, and I have no idea what to do with my life.
Never have I ever met anyone with the same name as me. I'm pretty sure I'm the only human being on this earth with my name. Usually when I tell people my name, they don't believe me, so I have to continue and to explain me and my siblings' names. My name is Fuquaya, and I have 7 middle names on top of that, making me have 9 names in total. It's like that with all me and my siblings. We all have pretty long names. But to continue, I have 5 siblings, and making 6 of us in total. This is a throwback picture of all of us with our dad. This is the oldest. This is Fuquay. This is a picture of him and my mom. The second oldest is Fuquana. This is Fuquayli, the third oldest. This is Fuquayla, the 5th oldest. And lastly, Fuquayche, the 6th Fuquay. And it's a lot to explain, but I can explain more, so if you want to know anything else, just let me know.
I used to be on a Disney XD show. My best friend is technically a princess. I went to a French school. Y'all will believe this, but most people IRL don't. I play dress up for a living.
This is easy because my story went viral. So in 2013, I worked at a bar in New Haven, Connecticut called The Russian Lady, and I bumped into a girl who worked there as well, who is also adopted and Dominican, like myself. So we would joke around that we were sisters and that we were twins. People started to note that we actually kind of looked alike. So we would play into it all the time. 9 years later, almost 9 years later, we do 23andMe only to find out she is my sister. We are full sisters. We have the same mom, same dad.